there, friends. Welcome to Zen Balance Yoga and Meditation. My name is Kristen, and welcome to your 90 minutes Yin Yoga journey through the 5 elements. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm so excited for this class. For this class, you will need a couple of props. If you have a cushion, or folded blanket, a bolster or a large pillow, and possibly some blocks if you like to practice with those for some extra support. So go ahead and grab those and meet me on the mat, finding a comfortable seat. And let's get cozy and settle in. And you can prop yourself up on a folded blanket or cushion to elevate your seat. And let your hands rest in Prithvi Mudra. That is the thumb and the ring finger touching like a little anchor. And you're going to rest that the back of your hands onto your thighs or your knees. And this mudra is super grounding, supportive, and earthy. So you can go ahead and close down your eyes if you're cool with that, or just soften your gaze. And we'll start by just arriving on your mat. Notice the breath moving in and out. No pressure to change it, just be with it. Relax your shoulders down your back. Unclench your jaw. And now we'll move on to a little bit of box breathing to land in our space. I will guide you through the first round, and then you'll continue at your own pace. You'll be inhaling for the count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and then continue back at your inhale for 4. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose for the count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through the nose or mouth for 4. Hold for 4. And now continue at your own pace. And while you are continuing your box breath, here's the vibe. So today's a 90-minute journey through the 5 elements in traditional Chinese medicine. Earth, wood, fire, water, and metal. And each of these elements connects to different energies, emotions, and parts of the body. And we'll meet each one with 2 yin poses that we'll hold for 4 minutes each. Steady breath, gentle transitions, somatic movement between the poses, and affirmations also, if they resonate with you, to support balance. And you'll get time to settle, stretch, release, and just be. And our opening affirmation for the practice, repeat this silently to yourself if it resonates with you. I honor the wisdom of my body and the elements within me. I trust the cycles, the flow, and the stillness. And when you're ready, go ahead and blink your eyes open and maybe take a little yawning stretch. Roll out your shoulders, give your neck a gentle tilt from side to side, And we will begin with the earth element. The earth element is all about rooting down, feeling steady, and connecting with the support beneath us, which we will begin in butterfly pose. So go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. You can scoot your heels in closer if you want a little more sensation, or further out for a more gentle practice. Just whatever feels easy today and right for you today. And once you're in position, sit up tall. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, you can either stay in position, softening into the pose, or maybe begin to fold forward. And if you are choosing that option, allow your spine to be round, let your neck soften. And you can stack your fists and rest your head on your stacked fist, or you can use a block to rest your head, or you can allow it to just hang in midair, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And your affirmation for the earth element: I am rooted and supported. I nourish myself with ease. And just a little reminder, as we start our yin poses, don't go to your deepest edge right away. Just meet the first edge of sensation and then let gravity do the rest. Stay close to your breath and check in with your body. Can you soften your jaw or shoulders a little bit more? Take deep belly breaths while we hold here, and feel free to close down your eyes if that feels right. And this is your final 30 seconds in butterfly. Moving very slowly, roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. No rush here. And then once you reach your upright seat, we will pause for a little somatic movement with some hip circles. So you can go ahead and start circling your hips in any direction. You can make those circles as big and juicy as you'd like. Maybe getting your shoulders into the circles, like you're stirring a pot with your torso. Let it feel good. Let it feel organic. And now reverse your circles. And slow your movement down. Come to a stopping point, and we'll move into our next yin pose, which will be the supported child's pose. So for this pose, you will need your props. If you have a bolster, awesome. If you don't, a large pillow or even a stack of blankets will do. And if you don't have any props, no problem. You can always take a wide-kneed child's pose instead and just stack your hands or rest your forehead on the mat. Either way, you're still getting the same benefit. If you are following along with me, go ahead and come to a kneeling position on your mat. Your knees are wide and your big toes are touching. And have your bolster between your thighs, bolster, pillow, stack of blankets, whatever you are using. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly begin to fold forward over your support. And you can turn your head to one side or rest your head on your hands. And again, if you are just taking a wide-kneed child's pose without the support, just rest your torso down onto the mat, forehead to the mat, with your arms either extending forward or wrapped around your body behind you. And wherever you are in this pose, let the belly and the heart feel supported. Melt into your support and let it hold you. And as you hold here in the pose, use your breath out, your exhales, to let go just a little more, sinking into the earth beneath you. And you can come back to our earth affirmation. I am rooted and supported. I nourish myself with ease. If you are resting on your support, this is our halfway point in this pose, so you can go ahead and turn your head to the opposite side. And soften back into your support once more. And this is your final 30 seconds in your supported child's pose. And we have been stimulating the stomach and spleen meridians with our earth element. You can go ahead and begin to rise back up off of your support. Or if you weren't using a support, just go ahead and ease yourself back up to a kneeling position. And we'll move into the next element, stepping into wood energy, where we'll be stimulating the liver and gallbladder meridians. And our first pose is going to be dragonfly. And wood energy is all about growth, renewal, and fluid movement. So with dragonfly, we will come to a seat on our mat, and just as we did at the beginning of class with our opening meditation, you can prop yourself up onto a cushion or folded blanket if you'd like to elevate your hips. It does help to tilt your pelvis forward a bit. And you're going to bring your legs wide into a V shape. Doesn't have to be the splits, just as wide as is comfortable for you today. And we'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, walk your hands forward, folding forward. And you can rest onto your forearms here. Or you can even fold over onto a bolster if you'd like. And be sure to pause at your first edge. And then just allow the breath to soften the resistance. Your affirmation for the wood element is, I grow with purpose. I move through life with ease and direction. And if your mind begins to wander here, just return to the rhythm of your inhale and exhale. Softening with each breath out, and letting gravity take you deeper into the pose. And you are allowed to adjust, and that's with all of our yin poses. If you feel like it's too much, you are allowed to back off of the pose a bit. If you feel like you need a little more sensation, feel free to fold forward a little more, bringing yourself closer to the earth. And this is your practice. Just remember to keep listening to your body. And this is your final 30 seconds in Dragonfly. Slowly begin to walk your hands back in, bringing yourself back to an upright seat. And once you are there, sitting up, maybe add a little somatic sways from side to side. Just loosening the hips and spine a little bit here. You can maybe stretch over to one foot and then the other, just feeling it out, whatever feels good in your body. And we'll go ahead and move over to our next yin pose, which will be thread the needle. So go ahead and come to a tabletop position and take your time getting there. Your knees are positioned under your hips and your hands are positioned under your shoulders. And we'll begin on the right side. So slide your right arm under your chest And under your left arm, lowering your shoulder and a left side cheek to the mat. And you can tent the fingers on your left hand and walk them away from you, just to give you a little more breathing room and room to twist. And with Thread the Needle, we are focusing on the upper back and shoulders, gently melting into the mat. Use your breath to open up space and notice if there's any areas of obvious tension or gripping. And breathe into those areas. Invite ease. And we're right about the halfway point on this side. If you want to take this stretch a little deeper, you can also take your left arm and wrap it around your back. Or you can clasp your right hand onto your left, straightening both arms, and this just allows for a little bit of a deeper twist. You can also just remain right where you are. Again, just options for your practice. Meet yourself where you are today. And this is your final 30 seconds on the right side. And being mindful and gentle with your body, we'll go ahead and reverse out of this position, coming back to a tabletop. And we're going to move right over to the other side. Slide your left arm this time under your chest and under your right arm, lowering your right shoulder and right side cheek to the mat. Or I'm sorry, your left side cheek to the mat. Got my rights and lefts mixed up there. And you're going to take your right hand and move it above or away from you, just giving yourself a little more breathing room. Maybe tent your fingers. This is more room to twist also. And twisting to the right side. And again, just focus on that upper back and shoulder area melting into your mat. If you notice any areas of obvious gripping or tension, do your best to breathe deeply into those spaces and soften wherever you can. And we can always come back to that affirmation as well, repeating silently to yourself, I grow with purpose. I move through life with ease and direction. And we are just past that halfway point on this side. So again, if you want to take this a little bit deeper for the last half of it, you can wrap that arm around your back. Or you can clasp both hands together, straightening the arms. And that'll take you deeper into your twist. Meet yourself where you're at today. Listen to your body. And this is your final 30 seconds. Slowly reverse yourself out of the position, coming back to your tabletop. Take your time. And we'll take a little somatic pause here. Moving through a few cat-cows or hip circles, whatever your body wants. Feed your body what it is craving right now. If you're taking those cat-cows, inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round into your spine, chin towards your chest. If you're taking hip circles, make these as big or as small as feels good for you. And you can even do some barrel rolls, just taking the body where it wants to go. Whatever you choose, just let it feel good. And now slow down your movement. And when you're ready, we will move right over into the fire element. Turning the dial toward warmth and joy. Fire is all about opening and connecting. And our first yin pose for the fire element is going to be melting heart. So from your tabletop position, keep your hips over your knees and walk your hands forward, letting your chest melt down onto the mat. And let your forehead or your chin rest down. Arms are stretched long in front of you. And allow your body to soften into the support beneath you. Allow your heart to reach toward the earth. Invite softness across the chest. And stay with your breath here. It is your anchor. And it's also the best guide in your practice, throughout your practice, telling you if you've gone too deep into the pose. It's a good indicator if the voice gets if the breath gets choppy, excuse me. If the breath gets choppy, it's a good indicator that maybe you've gone a little too far. So let's keep the breath nice and steady and deep. And our affirmation for the fire element: I am open to joy. I share my heart with the world. And this is your final 30 seconds in melting heart. Go ahead and slide forward onto your belly. And you can sway your hips a little from side to side, softening the front body, releasing the low back spine. And we'll take a quick rebound here on our bellies. We are at the halfway point in our practice. So if you'd like, you can rest your head onto your hands here, making a pillow with your hands. Or you can rest your forehead onto the mat. Have your arms resting wherever is natural and comfortable for you, either making a pillow, as I said, or you can also have your arms at your sides with your palms face up. And let your breath be natural here, and feel free to close down your eyes, letting your body absorb our practice so far. Noticing any shifts within the body, the effects of the practice thus far. And when you're ready, we will go ahead and move into our next yin pose, which will be Sphinx. So we're going to stay on our bellies. Prop yourself up onto your forearms. Soften the glutes and relax the jaw. And let your breath drop low into the belly. Reminding yourself that we are opening, not pushing or forcing anything. And you can keep your gaze forward and neutral, or at any time throughout the pose, as we are holding, you can also drop your chin towards your chest, giving the back of your neck a little bit of a stretch. And feel free to take your chin from side to side, like a pendulum. Or you can just hold your Sphinx in stillness, whatever feels good for you today. Remember to stay with your breath and allow your lower body to be completely relaxed. Let go of all effort. And we are right about at the halfway point in our Sphinx. So if you'd like, you can remain in Sphinx if that feels best for today. Or if you want a little more, press into the hands and straighten your arms for seal. And if you do feel any pinching in the low back, lower back down to Sphinx or lower all the way down to the mat. We don't want any pinching in the low back. Breathe and soften any resistance. Breathe into it. Keep your lower body relaxed. And this is your final 30 seconds, whether you are in Sphinx or Seal. And together, let's lower all the way down to the mat. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your head on your hands. Bend your knees and sway them from side to side like windshield wipers. And when you're ready, it's time to cool it down with our water element. And the water element invites reflection, deep rest, and ease. We'll be stimulating the kidney and urinary bladder meridians. And our first position for the water element will be sleeping swan or pigeon. Now, if you'd prefer, you can also take a deer pose with instead of sleeping swan if you feel like that might be too much for you today. Or you can also take a reclined figure four, where if you are moving along with me, you will come to a tabletop position and bring your right shin forward. And you're going to extend your left leg behind you. And you can have the heel of your foot, you can have that as close to your groin as you like, or further away if you want a little more sensation. And you can also prop a cushion or a blanket under your right hip to let the mat meet you if it's elevated off the hip a bit. Lower your left hip down to even out the hips here. And do your very best to soften your body into this pose. Letting the hips be heavy, your breath slow and deep, allowing gravity and time to do the work. And you can remain upright or begin to fold forward over your front leg. Now, if you were taking deer pose, you're going to have your right shin in front of you, parallel to the top of your mat, and your left leg is going to be at a right angle parallel to the side of your mat. And you can fold forward over your front leg. If you were taking reclined figure 4, reclined pigeon, from your back, you're going to bend into the left leg and place your right ankle over the top of your left thigh and draw your legs into your chest. Wherever you are, whatever position you chose, soften with each breath out. Stay close to your breath and maybe close down your eyes here. And repeat silently to yourself, I am resilient. I flow with grace and inner strength. And this is your final 30 seconds on the right side. So moving very slowly, begin to rise back up if you were folded forward. Push into your hands, and you can go ahead and extend your right leg back behind you with your toes tucked onto the mat, just stretching into the back seam of your right leg, releasing that area. A little counter stretch there. And we will move over to the left side. So if you are following along with me, go ahead and bring your left shin forward, parallel to the top of your mat. And again, you can draw your left heel closer to your groin for a little less sensation, or further away for more, and extend the right leg straight behind you. Now, if you did choose another option, an alternative pose, it's best that you choose that for the left side as well. So go ahead and move over to the left side for deer pose or reclined figure 4 if you chose those for the right side. And stay curious about sensation no matter what pose you chose. Allow the hips to be heavy. And let your breath be slow and deep, and let gravity take you deeper into the pose. Awareness to your breath and any sensations that arise here. And this pose can often bring up emotions as well, stagnant emotions. It can help us to release those. So if anything bubbles up, just let it flow. Maybe close down your eyes and go inward here. Lower your right hip down if you haven't already done so, to keep the hips and the pelvis even. And maybe come back to that affirmation: I am resilient. I flow with grace and inner strength. And I will stop talking and let you rest in silence for the last 2 minutes of the pose. And this is your final 30 seconds. If you were folded forward, go ahead and slowly rise back up. If you were in sleeping swan, push into your hands, extend your left leg behind you with your toes on the mat, and just give yourself a little rock back and forth, just releasing the back seam of your left leg. And we are all going to meet up on our backs for the next yin pose, which will be our reclined twist. Take your time getting there. Lying on your back, draw your knees into your chest. And we're going to begin on the right. So go ahead and bump your hips over to the left. Let your knees fall to the right. And your arms can be open wide at shoulder height, or they can also be in a loose cactus. whatever feels right for you. And let your body soften into the floor. Let your belly relax. Shoulders are grounded to the mat. And trust the breath to guide the release. Rinsing out any tension, any residual tension in the body. And if it doesn't bother your neck, you can turn your gaze to the left. And this is your final 30 seconds on the right. Moving very slowly, bring your knees back to center. And you can give yourself a little rock from side to side here, just massaging into the low back. And now bump your hips over to the right and allow your knees to fall to the left. And again, your arms can be open wide at shoulder height or in a loose cactus. Soften into your mat beneath you. Belly relaxed, breath slow and deep. Rinsing away all that what no longer serves you. And again, if it does not bother your neck, you can turn your gaze to the right. And this will complete your twist. Maybe close down your eyes and soften into stillness. And this is your final 30 seconds in your twist. Moving slowly and mindfully, bring your knees back to center. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And we're moving into our final element of the class, our metal element, where we clear space. Metal is about letting go, breathing deep, and simplifying clarity. We will stimulate the lung and large intestine meridians, and we will do so with our first yin pose, which will be a winged dragon. So to get there, you can either take a few rock and rolls up the spine and roll over the legs, or you can just roll over to one side. However you want to get there, come to a tabletop position. Step your right foot forward and wide to the side edge of your mat. Your hands are going to be inside of the foot, of the right foot. Drop the back knee down to the mat. And you can either stay here in your dragon, or you can Peel the left foot off of the mat, rolling it onto the pinky toe side. And you can reach over and push the right knee further away from you. And you should feel a deep stretch all along the front of your left thigh, as well as along the inner seam of the right thigh and groin area. And do your best to soften here. Releasing a little more with each deep breath out. Staying present with each breath and ground through your foundation here. Our affirmation for the metal element is I release what no longer serves me. I breathe into clarity and peace. And for the last minute and a half or so, if you'd like, you can add a little bit of a twist and a quad stretch here, reaching back with the, keeping your left hand down on the mat, reach back with your right hand and catch your back foot. So bending into that left leg, catching the foot, or just reaching back with that intention. And if you do have a hold of the foot, draw it in closer, closer to you. Continue to breathe deeply here. Maybe allowing the hips to sink down a little further. Rolling that right shoulder back a little more, leaning back into your twist. Of course, you can also choose to remain in your winged dragon without the twist. Totally up to you. We are at the final 30 seconds wherever you are. And if you chose to take that quad stretch, go ahead and release the back foot. And all together, we will take a quick counter stretch with a half monkey pose. So shift your hips back, keeping your front leg in a diagonal position, working to straighten your right leg. Flex the right foot. Breathe deeply here. Getting a nice stretch in our hammies, in our right hammies. And now lunge forward once more. Come back to your tabletop position. Take your time. And we will move over to the left side. Step your left foot forward and wide out to the side of your mat. Drop the back knee down and your hands are placed inside of the left foot. Sink your hips down here. Soften wherever you can. And you can either choose to remain here or you can take that winged option, rolling your left foot over to the pinky toe side, guiding your inner left knee further away from you. And you can do this in little pulses if you'd like. Whatever feels good in your body today. And you should feel a pretty deep stretch along the front of your right thigh, as well as the inner left thigh and groin area, psoas muscles. And once again, for the last half of this position, you can also add a twist, having your right hand remaining on the mat and reaching up and back with your left hand. And you can also take that quad stretch, bending into the right leg, reaching back and catching the right foot, drawing that foot closer to your body. Deep quad stretch here. Breathe into it. Maybe let the hips sink down a little more. And this is your final 30 seconds. And we're going to take our counter stretch now. So if you did have a hold of your back foot, go ahead and release it now. If you took the winged option of dragon, go ahead and place your left foot back onto the mat. And all together, we will shift our hips back toward our heels, keeping your front leg on a diagonal, working to straighten your left leg, flexing your left foot, drawing the heel isometrically back toward your right knee for half monkey pose. Breathe into this deep hamstring stretch. And now lunge forward once more and come to a seat on your mat. Take your time. We're going to all meet up on our backs. And this is going to be our final yin pose before our savasana. Lying on your back, bring yourself to your reclined bound angle, or our Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of your feet together. Your knees are open, and you can support under your knees with blocks if needed. Let your arms rest on your belly or out wide, whatever feels natural and right for you today. And rest here, rest into your shape. Allow the breath to move freely through your body. Let everything soften. Release all of your effort here. Maybe close down your eyes or just soften your gaze, dimming the light around you. And if you'd like, you can come back to our metal mantra. I release what no longer serves me. I breathe into clarity and peace. And this is your final 30 seconds in your reclined bound angle. Moving slowly and being gentle with yourself. Go ahead and fold your knees in and extend your legs out long onto your mat, letting yourself land in your savasana. And you can maybe grab a blanket to cover up with or a bolster to place under your knees. Anything that you need to get comfy here. Anything that's going to help you to completely let go and allow your body to fully release into the support beneath you. Let go of the breath. Let go of doing. Just be. Your feet are splayed out. Your arms are resting at your sides or on your body. Let go of all effort here. And let your breath be natural. Maybe close down your eyes if that feels right. Or just soften your gaze over the tip of your nose. And perhaps repeat a final affirmation silently to yourself. I honor the flow of life within me. I am balanced, whole, and in harmony with nature. Surrender to your mat. Rest in your stillness, and I will guide you back in just a few moments. When you are ready, begin to deepen your breath, waking your body up. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe circle your ankles, your wrists. Stretch long into a big yawning stretch and make your way back up to a comfortable seat. And once you are there, you can either bring your hands to your heart or to Anjali Mudra in a prayer position. Take a deep breath in through your nose with me. And let it go with a gentle sigh out of the mouth. I want to thank you for being here, for practicing with me today. And if you enjoyed this class, check out the Elemental playlist for more flows that are inspired by earth, wood, fire, water, and metal. And I hope that you'll take this elemental balance with you into the rest of your day. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please do so that you don't miss any future classes. I try to post every week. I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope you have a beautiful day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends.